Hello, welcome back. I'll show you the code again, and then I'll show you the demo with ThinkSpeak. Just give me a moment. I'm just zooming in so you can see the code a bit better. Okay, so far we learned about, I'll go through with you. You need to include the built-in header file stm32f4xx. You remember there is 3 steps that you need to include: the core m4.h and the symbol in open declaration, and also the devices include all those that you've seen. And then we're going to print some output, so that's why we're using string.h and the stdioh. Then the next step is you're going to send all the AT commands. So you have to do the AT command start and then the AT command reset. Then you need to set the communication mode as Wi-Fi, and then the communication Wi-Fi with the account settings, these 2 steps. And then you need to send your data to the cloud. We are using ThinkSpeak, and this is the statement that you got to write. And then you got to link with your Wi-Fi network, whatever Wi-Fi network that you are using, and that's the Wi-Fi account. Once you've done all of that, then you have to send the CIP start. So this is the TCP that whenever you push the data, it connects to this IP address in ThinkSpeak. So that's ThinkSpeak IP address, and you click on send from the run button here. Then you need to go and get the right API every time. So don't forget to get your API. Make sure you get that API all the time, and then come here and you got to save it in this key here, which I'll show you shortly. And then the field 2, then you just close. Then you're writing a simple delay, and you're going to change the integer to ASCII, so you know the value that's read. So we are using USAT1, so you got to use USAT1 read and USAT1 write, and USAT init, as you can see. So we went ahead and we have written the USAT program from the old lessons, old sessions, so nothing different. So I'll brush it through, and as you know, we are using 2 GPIO ports, GPIO A and GPIO B. So you got to enable the clock access, and then you using PB6 and PB7 for transmit and receive, and then you setting PFI is connected to the relay, or in other words, you can also use ADC as well in place of the relay. Then you're using the alternate function registers to send the data across, and you have to check with the CR1, and then you're sending the baud rate of 9600. Then you got to write another function to, we have written integer to ASCII. This is the function that you can learn yourself, and you can implement it like this. So as you know, you need to first write the string of 0 with 4 characters, and then string of 1 will be 3 characters, then string of 2 will be 2 characters, and the string 3 will be the last character. So this is how you got to write the function, and this is a small delay function that you got to write for it. It's a simple delay with random 3195 and then increment so that it keeps looping. Then you need to, for printing statement, you got to use putchar, and you just write this putchar, and whenever you write it, you return the character value here. Then the next step is you need to give all the functions for your Wi-Fi, your ThinkSpeak. So starting with basic commands first. As you know, we have written up here basic 1 ESP2, then ESP1 up to ESP10. So we got to write that function here. So that's what we have written here, basic 1 and basic 2, and then just give a delay in the middle so that you can see when the output approaches. Then the next function is Wi-Fi connection commands. So this is where you're connecting with the ESP32, so ESP1 and the ESP2. Then the ESP4 is you're linking that to your ThingSpeak command, and give some delay of random 5000. Then you need to give the Wi-Fi account details, so initialize with the chip that you can see. So this is the ESP8266 module, and as you can see, it's connected to the nuclear board. As you can see, the LEDs are on. I will minimize this view so you can see the screen better, and also this, then I'll show you later. Okay, so this is a Wi-Fi account, that's ESP3. Then you're sending data commands through ESP5, 6, 7, and then ESP10. Then you need to bring that into the main program, that character data, and you got to initialize with the DHT11 if you want to put it as data, or if not, then you can just with the sensor you can write it. So we're going to send 30 for a start, so that's why the DHT11 data is 30. Then we're converting the integer to ASCII and the data commands, and then once you're all done, then printf in, then this will know that the printf. And this is all just to check the LED connection to see onboard LED goes on and off. So just for our reference. So yeah, that's all the program you got to write, and we need to go to ThingSpeak to see the output. So I'll go ahead here and build the project first. So I'm building the project. As you can see, it's 13% and it's still going okay. 19%, so it's checking all the data inside. In the meantime, let's go to ThingSpeak. Okay, it's built now, 0 errors and 0 warnings. That's good. So go to ThingSpeak account. As you might have remember from the last video clip, that you got to create an account with thingspeak.com, so which I already created. And you have to go to channels. As you would remember, you need to click to my channels, and I already included the field one I created few days back on the 6th. So this is the channel we created that day. So if you click on that, then it will give more information about this channel, IoT Cortex M4, and the channel stats. Created this channel 5 days ago. The last entry was 31 minutes. So as you can see, the data I pushed about half an hour ago, the 30 has passed. So it also gives you the timestamp of when I send the data. It's about local time 3:57. That's 30 minutes ago. Okay, so now we'll go and send the data again, and you can see the output there. So I'll do a right click, and then as you know, you need to set the debug options. I'll run through that again. Debug configurations. Then you got to wait for you need to double click on this and make sure you're working on the same debug, and then it has to be connected to .elf as the main. And remember, in the debugger you have to enable ST-Link as the interface, and then serial wire viewer as enabled. So once those two are enabled, then just click debug, and this will start to connect to the ST-Link. Just 1 second. I just turned it on. Yeah, I can see the blue light flash on that. So before that, let's copy the new API key. So from ThingSpeak, so let's go to API key and we need to generate the new API key. It's loading. We got to wait until it loads. Yeah, it's taking us to every time you go there, you just create, generate and create. Yeah, and it will ask whether you want to create. Just say okay. And then you will see a new key will be generated. 1B, last 2 digits, now changed to XU, so that's the key. Just keep on your eye on the digits so you know it's a new key. So just copy this and go back to your program IDE, and this is where you got to paste on the get update API key on field 1. So this is where you got to paste it. So I paste the new key. Once again I will save it, save the project, and then build the project and then debug, and I can show you the output in ThingSpeak now. So I'm going to build. As you can see, it's 19% and it's going okay. 25% and it's going okay. It's building, it's checking all the relevant file to make sure it's all okay. Still loading. Okay. Uh, 31%, yeah, still checking. We got to wait. Sometimes it runs through very quickly, sometimes it doesn't. It's just how the way the compiler works. So just a little bit more patience. It has to do a lot of back check before it gives it. So as you can see, still it's on 31% up here. Project build 31%. So once it finishes, this will change the finish building. 98% now, and it's about to finish. Yeah, 0 errors and 1 warning, so that's good. So right click, I'm going to debug it now. Build project. Oh, you got to still wait. Yeah, it's finished now. Right click on the project name. And then debug STM32. So as you can see, it's connected already to 4% now, the meter says. So we got to wait again patiently until this finishes its debug check, and I'm making sure all the cables are connected so I can push the data to the cloud, and you will be seeing the data going to the cloud in a few moments. As you can see, it has launched to 51%. I will just turn on this video so you can see the connections. All the cable is connected. So it's still on debugging 79%. Uh, 89%, so we got to wait. I'll take this view off so I can click on switch. Still loading. 90%. Yeah, and then click on switch. This will switch to C++ perspective to debug perspective, and once it's done, then we'll just run this button and go to ThinkSpeak and refresh the page, and you will see the new data pushed in. Still waiting on 93%. Just few more seconds, this will finish. Sometimes it also depends on your network traffic. If there is a lot of activities going on in your computer, then it has to overcome that. Being a Wi-Fi network, so because it has to check all the firewall protocol and other things before it gets in and let us to check the output. So just bear with me, it won't be long. Yeah, download in progress, verifying. As you can see, download verified successfully. Yay, now we're going to see the output soon. %, so just few more. 97. Yeah, it's done now. So now I'll go and hit this run button here, assume F8. So I push the data now, so the 30 should go to ThinkSpeak cloud. So you got to go to private view. Yeah, and as you can see, the last data was pushed 40 minutes ago. That was on 11:14, that was this morning, and the recent data being 5:57. So as you can see, there is 2 entries. So I pushed twice, so there is 2 entries that's showing up. So let's give few seconds. I will refresh this screen again. You will see the new entry will change as soon as it hits the ThinkSpeak cloud. This data will change. So we got to wait. Sometimes it takes a bit longer, sometimes it's instant. So I'll keep refreshing the page. Yeah, it's still not through, but I will also open the video about the camera. So it's connected. Yeah, as I just clicked the camera, we missed it. Okay, so now you can see the third entry. So there is 3 entries. It shares less than a minute ago, and if you put the pointer in there, it just sent that 30 field label 1 at 16:37:54, which is now it's 4:38 p.m. on 12th of September. So it has sent the data. So this is how you got to program and send the data to the cloud, so you can monitor. For example, you can use the same set of programming for your project, any project that you want to monitor your data. This is how you do it, and I'm sure with this experience now you are more cheered up and you can make up your own project, and eventually you will come up with really good design yourself, and I'm sure you will all enjoy doing it too. Okay, how about if I go and change another value from 30 to 60 in the code, and let's see if we get the new data, or 60 or 90, whatever the case may be. So I'll go back to IDE, I'll stop the IDE, and then I'll change the data. So I'm going to terminate. This will stop. Shutting down, exit. Yeah, it's good. So what I'm going to do is here I'm going to send another data, say 120, and then save this, right click and the process is the same. Every time you push the data, you got to change, and then build the project, and then debug, and then resume F8 here, and then go to ThinkSpeak, and you got to keep refreshing the page, the channel that you created, then you will see the new data pushed in. So let's wait. It's 31%. It's going well. Yeah, 31%. Yeah, it's built successful. So I'll just go and do the debug and then push the data. Debug and connecting to okay. Debug options. Yeah, it's connected. Sometimes if it doesn't connect straight away, you just make sure the cable is okay and just do a reset on the board itself and then reconnect it, and this will take you back. As you can see, it's connected now. It's running 51%. So once it goes through this process, then we'll just go and run the command. It's 70%. Just give me a few more seconds and we'll wrap up. Yeah, 81%, waiting for debugger connection. Yeah, it's asking to switch, so which I will click switch, and this time I'll also keep the video enabled, so you know. Yeah, it's 93%. Okay, it's 96%. I just enable the video view so you won't miss it. So it's connected, and I got to wait. Yeah, it's finished now. Download verified successfully. So you just go here. Once it's ready, then we can just click on run. Yeah, and then it's starting to run. So minimize this, go to ThinkSpeak, and do a refresh. You got to keep refreshing until you get the new entry. So it may take few goes, but let's see how long it may take this time. So it's still loading. Hasn't come through yet. Still has 3 entries. You will see Here the entries will change from 3 to 4, and the last entry it will change to less than a minute ago. That means you will see the live data here in the chart. That's a channel that we created, so you will see. As I said earlier, it depends on the Wi-Fi packets, how fast the data can communicate. Sometimes it has to go through all those firewall, sorry to be a repeat again, so all the data has to overcome all of that before it shows up here. So we just have to wait just a little bit more patience, that's all. I'll minimize this view so you won't get blocked. Yeah, as you can see now, entry is 4 less than a minute ago, and if you put the cursor in there, it will show the field label 120 at 16:45:28, which is a minute ago. It's 4:46 now. So this is how we got to keep pushing data and checking it in the ThingSpeak cloud. So with this I will wrap up today's day 29 session, and we'll just do a recap of what we learned so far. Just give me a sec. Okay, it's loading now. I'm just going back to our PowerPoint.